everyone. So I got fired today, and yeah, it was definitely bullshit, because I do a good job for them and I know it. I honestly don't even know what the real reason is, but I don't know, my boss wanted me out because like things that weren't my mistake were blamed on me, or if I like minor mistakes that I caught and fixed myself, you know, those were like somehow a problem, even though they weren't a problem at the time, but then they were a problem. I don't know, you know, it was just one of those things. So anyway, now I have time to do all the things that I didn't have time for before, and we're out at my favorite trail. Here's Remy. Hi, Remy. One of the other things I've been wanting to do more is vlog more, or like literally start vlogging, I guess. And I want to do a lot more cooking content because recently I had a friend who, she had her baby like 9-10 months ago, and she was like nervous about, you know, she had never really like cooked much, and so I came over. I was like, oh, I'll come over one day, we'll cook a bunch of stuff, like it's super easy, you'll be fine. And I saw her, you know, recently, and she was like, I've been cooking all the time since you came over that one day and just showed me. And she just like cooks, you know, she was like cooking everything from scratch. It was beautiful. So I want to share more of that with you guys. And yeah, so get ready for more content. We're gonna have time for more. So in the meantime, I'll be looking for new jobs or clients directly. I might not go back to working for anybody. I just don't know that I really am set up for that. I don't know. If it's something remote and like flexible, that's okay. But yeah, anyway. All right. We're going to finish our hike, and then we're going to go to the library with the kids later. And yeah, I'm kind of have a boring today and tomorrow, and then we'll have the weekend, and then it's gonna be really weird not going to work. Yeah, all right, we'll see you soon. Okay, so I did a terrible job recording anything yesterday. My brain was like still in shock. So Remy and I did about a mile yesterday, and I haven't started tracking yet today. We're on a paved trail right now because the kids are biking. So I don't even know. I mean, it'll probably be at least a mile today, if not a little bit more. But when I'm just doing like a normal trail, I'll start tracking how far we go every day. Remy, well, if Remy is with me, but how far I go every day. And I'm also gonna keep you guys updated on some health stuff, because that's like a big reason why I'm doing the hiking every day, is to help with some chronic health issues that I've had for a long time now. He's a good boy. Go get him. Okay, go get him. Okay, Luffy's going nuts because we're at the park, and but this is good training for him to realize that we don't always exit our car immediately when we get to our destination. So we're just gonna let him work that out. Yesterday, I had every intention of going out for at least a short hike. I didn't really have the energy for like anything huge, but I ended up playing Roller Coaster Tycoon with the boys for 4 hours. So, you know, if you've played Roller Coaster Tycoon before, like, you know what I'm talking about. So anyway, I have Luffy with me because normally if I'm coming out by myself, I just bring Remy because he's so much easier and I can just like relax and I don't really have to like pay attention to him. Just because Luffy is still more reactive, you know, he's still young, he's still immature, and he has amazing recall still. I'm so glad that we got that like so early on with him because he does still have really good recall. I'll show you guys. Anyway, so but he's just more I have to pay attention to him, you know, if he still barks at people and stuff like that. So anyway, I have Luffy with me because later we're gonna go to this place called Pins Mechanical. It's like an arcade and like they have like a bar and stuff. It's you know, it's like hipster. Anyway, oh my gosh, he's struggling, but that's okay. It's okay, Luffy. We might not always get out right away. It's all right. Yeah, it's okay. We can be patient. Okay, we can be patient. Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy, Luffy? Okay. Okay. Anyway. So, later we're going to this place called Pins Mechanical, and you can take dogs. They allow dogs. So we're gonna take Remy because like he is the perfect dog to have in public. He never makes noise or anything, and he loves everybody, especially now. So anyway, but Luffy we are not going to take because that is not the place for training him not to bark at everybody that he sees. So, Luffy's gonna have to stay in his crate, and so I decided to bring him with me on our hike so that he can get a nice walk in, and then he can chill this afternoon while we're gone. Okay, so I may not be able to film very much. It depends on, like, if there's a bunch of people on the trail and I have to, you know, be paying attention to him a lot. But I'll try and get some bits and pieces for you guys, and, yeah, we'll see how it goes. All right, so while we're starting out here, yeah, I let him be off leash as much as possible. Well, he's on a leash, but I let him be free as much as possible while we're hiking. And we practice recall. Luffy, come. Luffy, come. He's gonna pee. Luffy, come. Come. Shh. Sit. Luffy. Sit. Sit. So we just practice this a lot while we're hiking. Shh. Sit. Sit. Shh. Sit. Shh. Luffy, sit. Sit. Luffy, sit. Good boy. Okay, let's go. Okay, so I just want to make sure he pays attention to me. I get his focus back on me, and then I release him. But I try to let him be free as much as possible with just frequent recall training. And sometimes I just call him back and he comes to me right away, and then I let him go right away. But like that, where it took me a minute to get him back to me, then I'm going to make him sit for a minute. So it's kind of like the longer he takes to obey, the longer I'm going to make him pay attention to me instead of whatever he wants to do. So let's see if we let him get ahead here, if he'll be a little quicker this time. I'm going to let him pee though. Oh yeah, he's started marking everything now. Now that he's a man, he just turned 1. Oh, Luffy, come. See, he's a lot quicker now. Good boy, come here. And there's somebody on the trail, so I'm just gonna grab his leash now. And I'm gonna stop vlogging. Who's a good boy, Luffy? Good boy. Luffy. Luffy. Who's a good boy? Okay, so we've got somebody right there down the trail. He barked once. We're just trying to focus on like positive reinforcement with him, just giving him good experience with people whenever people are around, so he can see it's not a bad thing, it's not scary. So anyway, so he did really good. He only barked once, and then I just kept, telling him good boy, reinforcing, getting his attention back on me, and he did really good. He still doesn't super love water, but like he's fine. He'll go through it. He just wants to make sure we're actually going this way. Okay, that took me a minute to get across the water. My balance is still not great, but anyway. He's having a blast. And this is why we have waterproof leashes. I got these things for like, I don't even know. They were less than $10, and they've been amazing. All right, we're gonna let him go for a second. Come. And see, that's instant. So it's like, once he gets like 5-10 minutes into the hike, he's totally fine. But you have to remind him sometimes. Luffy. Come on, this way. It's so nice out today. It's like the perfect room temperature, but slightly cool. So it's like, you don't get overheated or anything. And it's real humid. We say the air feels like a weighted blanket. Okay guys, this was really good. There's a man that was just a bit up the trail from us, and then he started walking off of the trail into the trees before we got to him. So we're walking past him, and Luffy's very focused on him, but he didn't bark. Most of the time he did one little whisper bark, the huh, woof, that kind of bark. And that was it. And then he was like I said, he was very focused on him, but he pulled himself out of it and he kept going, and he did a really good job. So we're getting there. He's super dumb, but he's a smart puppy, so he'll figure it out. Oh my goodness. Okay, apparently he's not gonna go take a drink. So now that I'm a few days out past the shock of being fired, I'm so relieved. I mean, I'm annoyed with myself because I genuinely thought they appreciated my work and realized how much I did that was unseen. But now I realize that, my boss is just manipulative and obviously two-faced, because she never gave me any indication that my performance was unsatisfactory. So yeah, anyway, but I'm so relieved, and it's been so actually hard, but to hear the boys, especially when I told them, I'm just going to be working from home from now on, all of them are just so beyond excited because they're used to having me home, you know. There's been times when I've worked, you know, on location and whatnot, but for the most part, you know, I've been home with them a lot. So, yeah, so that was really like, okay, like clearly this is better for our family, and that's what really matters. And, you know, like I said, I was trying to give her the benefit of the doubt all the time. Oh, you know, she's not a bitch. She's just stressed. Everybody complains to her, you know, that kind of thing. But like, no, once I saw how she phrased all of her reasons, and like everything was so twisted. It was just sad. It was, yeah, like you have to be a miserable person to do that. So, you know, whatever. Anyway, so yeah, so we're gonna just focus on doing what's best for us again, and not be loyal to a company that doesn't appreciate us or even give us a chance to have a say, have a voice, you know. And especially it's a private school, and they're all like pride themselves on being progressive and inclusive and equity and justice and inclusion and all those things. And then, you know, you don't even give an employee any kind of like, hey, your work is concerning in these areas, or like, hey, can you provide more context on what happened here? Like, nothing like that. And again, like, I know I do a good job for them because I do bookkeeping, and so the way you measure if you're doing a good job bookkeeping is if everything is reconciling every month, and they were. So like, I don't understand the problem. So anyway, yeah, Luffy, he's a good boy. He's a good boy. He's a good boy. Oh, he had to go to the vet a couple days ago because his tick bite that was on his head, and we got the tick off, but there must have still been, there you can see it. Oh, he can't sit still. We got the tick off, but there were still some pieces in there that we couldn't see, so the vet had to actually, you know, like cut it open a little bit and get the stuff out. Thankfully though, he didn't get any like Lyme or anything like that, you know, the tick diseases that dogs can get. So yeah, so he's fine, but that was annoying because, you know, $140 for a dang tick that we thought we got out already, and then it's still causing problems. So anyway, dogs, we did get the pet insurance with him, and it's paid off a lot. Yeah, we're happy with that decision. Remy doesn't need it. He doesn't do anything, but yeah. Oh, and on that note, he does have epilepsy. So he's on a low dose of something. I honestly don't even know what it is. Some kind of dog medicine for seizures, and he's on the lowest dose possible. He seems to be doing fine. We haven't noticed any side effects, and I think at his most he had like 4 seizures in a month, and then or it might have even been a shorter time period than that. But since we put him on this, we actually started January 1st. So since he started the medication, let's see, it's like mid-March, he's had 1 pretty mild seizure. So yeah, it seems to be doing well for him. And obviously it doesn't affect his energy or anything. So yeah, so that's going good. We're getting close to the car and the road. And people are like, oh my gosh, you have your dog off leash when you're going to a road. Yeah, because look at him. He knows he has to wait for me. He knows that in this stretch, I make him wait. And look, there he's waiting. See, he knows. He knows he has to stay with me when we get to the car. He's a good boy. Okay, I'm gonna get his cover on and get him in the car. Luffy, come here. Wait. Good boy. Alright, so he's in his cover. And if you've watched my shorts, you'll know that was actually Remy's cover. We still have the bikes in the back. That was Remy's cover, and he outgrew the one I got him, so we need to order him a new one that's in his size and his color now. So but yeah, they work pretty well for, like, their bellies are really, you know, muddy and gross and stuff, and it covers that at least. So it helps not make such a mess in the car. So all right, he's dying. He's gonna pass out as soon as we start driving. We're stopped at the train. It hasn't even gotten here yet. By the way, these come through at 4:30 in the morning, and I swear to you, they lay on their horn for like 3 minutes straight. Oh man, this one's going slow. This is gonna take forever. He hears the trains all the time, but not normally that loud. Okay, I'm gonna sound like such a boomer. Hang on. Oh my goodness, that one car was so loud. Okay, I'm gonna sound like such a boomer, but I like don't really understand the point of graffiti, because like, I don't know, I guess, like, is it just like you either get it or you don't? And I just like don't really get it, because like I don't understand the point. Like, they're not like, you know, painting the cars to like say meaningful things. It's like literally just to deface things, and it's such a particular style. Like, they all have the same like style. I don't know. Like, am I just being like I just don't, can someone explain it to me? Maybe, like, what am I missing? Like, is graffiti cool? Because I feel like it's supposed to be cool, but I just like don't really understand the point. So if you guys understand, please explain it to me. Guys, this dog is so ridiculous. Oh my gosh, that was literally like 10 minutes. Okay, we're finally going. Good morning. I've got Neil, and we've got both the puppies today. So it's obviously, we had snow last night in the end of March, but you know,
welcome to Ohio. It's
sunny today. Yeah, it's gonna keep like bouncing somewhere between like low 30s and mid 60s for a while. So yeah, so we got a little snow, but that's okay. Did he just pee on? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. These boy dogs, you know, if you know, you know. This is happening, guys.
You gotta stay warm.
He is
really hard.
He's the cold one in our relationship. Are you good? You're gonna be sore.
Yeah, I know.
Oh my gosh.
I'm out of breath.
And he's wearing his hat that was just randomly given to him. He doesn't even watch football. The trail is so weird. It's like icy mud, but it's super thin and breakable.
This is definitely guy stuff.
This is guy stuff.
That's good. That's good ice.
You good now?
Yep. Get him, Remy.
They are happy boys in the woods. Oh my goodness.
Go get him, Remy. Go beat him up. Oh, boys. Oh, boy. Loopy! Oh, boy. He fucked up a little bit.
Look at these crazy ice.
They're like big snowflakes.
The mud is like solid.
Or is that like somebody's? Is
Step-
that like
it's
somebody's boot?
Yeah, it's someone's boot print, but then it like froze. But like this is like solid. It's so weird.
Remy. Remy. Come on. But I'm by mom.
Go.
Remy. Want some water?
You good?
You running enough circles?
Alright, come on.
They drinking water?
Probably. Oh my god.
Remy, go get him.
He's too lazy. He knows he'll come back. I actually was going to go out for a second hike this evening, but then I didn't have a leash in the van. It was in the car. So, anyway, I found out today that they brought in the person that had my job before me as my replacement. And so like now the whole thing makes so much more sense because I always knew that my boss liked him more than me. She just like, I don't know, she was so like defensive with me all the time. So like, I always knew she liked him better than me. He left because he got his CPA and he like got a better job at a college instead, you know, and so I saw today that like they gave him a better title. I'm sure there's a significant pay increase with it and all this, which is so ridiculous because I'm the one that told them that this position was being underpaid and like this position was more than what they were claiming, like more than the job title that they had. But anyway, literally, if they would have just been honest with me and said, hey, we want to bring him back. You know, he was a better fit for us. Like I would have been totally fine with that because he is a better fit for them. He's a young guy. He either is like engaged or just got married, doesn't have any kids, and he has his CPA. So like, yeah, he's more qualified than me education wise. I think like experience wise, we have about the same, or he might have like maybe a little bit more, but not much because he's really young. But anyway, like, yeah, of course he's a better fit for you guys. I was never planning on like staying with them long term anyway. So literally they could have just come to me and said like, hey, we want to bring him back and he's, you know, XYZ, whatever. And I would have said, okay, that's great. Let's set up a transition plan. But instead, they have to be like shady and fire me and, you know, make it out to everybody else like I quit. And anyway, and so it's going to cost them so much more money because they're paying me, you know, a severance and then I'm going to be getting unemployment. Like, you could have just been honest and it would have saved you guys a lot of money and a lot of hassle, but instead they're like being shady about it. And like, joke's on them. This benefits me because now I have time to actually grow a business with my husband and my dad. Like, and I'm getting paid to do it for not working. Like, okay, thanks. Thank you. Like, God knew. He worked it out. So, I mean, it sucked at the time. It was super annoying last week, but like, look where we are, you know. So, yeah. Yeah. So, now I know why I was actually fired. And again, they could have told me that and I would have left voluntarily. Like, they didn't have to do all this, but whatever. Hello. We made it 1 week. Remy and I are out. Look at Remy. He's just the perfect dog. You know what? I should give you guys his story because it's actually a really good story. I start looking through this website that has, you know, a lot of corgis and stuff in the area. And I see Remy and I see his brother. We're both listed. And I was immediately interested because he has his tail, obviously. But he was already like, I don't know, 16 months old or something. And you just never really know, you know. Sometimes it's more of a gamble with a older dog as far as like attachment and training and all of that. And they were listed for like $600. I was like, no, I'm not paying that for, you know, an adult dog already. But I kept looking on the website and I kept seeing him and his brother's price going down and down and down and down. And finally they were listed for like $180. And I was like, all right, we're going to go look at these corgis. So we go down, it's in Amish country, of course, and he's on an Amish farm. And there's him and his brother, and then there's another litter that's like 8 or 10 weeks old. Yeah, so there were younger puppies and everything, but I could just tell with Remy, like, he was my dog. You know, if you've ever had that, I don't know, you just like look in their eyes and you can tell. I don't know how to explain it, but anyway, so he was like kind of in rough shape. You know, he had a big lump on like the side of his lip, and so I knew that was some kind of like infection that we were gonna have to deal with, you know. And so I talked the guy down to $100. Of course, he's Amish, so he needed cash. I was like, okay, well, I didn't bring any cash with me, so let me run to the bank and I'll get the cash and I'll come back. And so we walked to our car, and you know, they're on like a farm. Oh, and we also found out he had never been inside their house. So he had grown up entirely outside for the first year and a half of his life. And so we walked to the car, and he follows us the entire way, and he sat right at the front of the van, like right where I could see him. He just sat right there and stared at me as we left, and I felt so bad leaving him, but I told him I was coming back for him. So we went and got the cash, came back, got him, and took him home, and he has just been incredible ever since. You know, he slept in our bed that first night, the whole night, and he started out, we could tell he was abused when we got him because he was really, really scared of like everybody other than me, and especially men. So, you know, if you know anything about the Amish, you know they do not treat their dogs well. So he's definitely a rescue dog. I don't care if he was, you know, if they bred him, he's still a rescue. But anyway, so yeah, so that's Remy's story, and he's just such a good boy. He's the best dog.